All right, Big Bang. Today is Wednesday. It is August 21st. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free Swim Wednesday. We are in Camp Barstool, Northwoods, Wisconsin. Steven Cheah here filling in for Chief because Chief went on a boat. Danny's here. What do we got, Danny, out of the gate about our friend Chief?
Well, Chief had no regard for the free swim and just went in the middle of the lake to do what he wanted to do, which was fish. So that's why we got second best, and that's Steven Cheah. Thank you for joining us on this bed today. I feel like the Willy Wonka grandparents right now with you guys.
I played Grandpa Joe, 4th grade.
Really?
Washington School Production, 1996. You probably recognize me originally from that, but for those that don't, I'm Steven Cheah. Nice to meet you. I'll give you some blanket.
Thank you. So you got to lay in bed with two other women? Man?
Yeah, definitely. It was
the devil's
quite the
force
time in 96.
Wow. Now that you say that, I see the resemblance between you and Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
That casting is...
I had some flour in there to give it a little gray.
Talk about
nice.
Typecasting.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you have the foofy hair back then, too?
Not as much foofy, but it was a little bit longer. Yeah.
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 I would. Is there a picture of this anywhere in existence?
Probably. Not digital for sure.
Okay. Did you try out for this, or was this just a...
It was our class, so everyone in the class had a role.
But that's a big role.
Yeah, that's pretty substantial.
Yeah, probably the second lead, best supporting male actor.
You think it's second lead? Willie and Charlie?
Yeah, I guess.
But no, there's an argument for why
Yeah.
Joe should be second. He's definitely more relevant than Willy Wonka himself, I'd say.
Well, Willy Wonka's the lead.
He's the lead, but still, I feel like everyone's always... Grandpa Joe has since then become a meme for being a bum and all that. So how do you feel about the person you played years later being
Grandpa
portrayed
Joe
as negative?
probably dead, so I don't want to speak ill on his name. But shout out to Willy Wonka, played by Ori Katz, as everyone knows. Rachel Lazar, in kind of a groundbreaking role playing Charlie.
Are these your 4th grade class?
Yeah, those are the real names too.
Yeah, I was going to say 100%. I love that you still remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Were you upset or happy about being cast as Grandpa Joe?
Happy is, he's one of the main characters.
Yeah. I just didn't know if you aimed higher for Charlie or Willie.
No, I wasn't trying to, because then it was a lot of singing and stuff like that, so that was a little out of my realm.
If you wouldn't mind, this is asking a lot, so it's up to you. But I'm going to ask a lot of you during this show. Okay. My first ask is, can you give me a little free fall? Can you stand up and give me your
free fall?
You know, Grandpa Joe, he tries to stand up and he falls right back on the bed.
Oh, that's most of my life right now, so I don't even know if that's if I need to get into character for that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna critique your.
Can you give us a couple of Charlies?
Well, also when we did this, I don't even think we had a bed. I think it was just on the floor.
They made you fall on the floor, or they still put a mat down?
It was probably mat just like this, but on the floor.
The Wonka grandparents were all on a cot.
Yeah.
Come on, for the people who watch the YouTube version or the Rumble version, let's see that fall.
What am I doing? We're talking almost 30 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, you might as well try the Willy Wonka fall too, when he fakes out the crowd.
in this realm?
Yeah, I'd give it like a 4.
It's generous.
Yeah.
I give it a 0.8.
That's your best. You know what is the best though? Rowback.
Mm-hmm.
We all know you love rowback. We also know how much you love sports. It's hard to believe, but we actually love rowback more than sports. Rowback released swim trunks, and we live in them. We even hooped in them because they're that comfortable. The built-in boxer brief liner is incredible, and the designs are perfect. Second, the rowback everyday shorts are unmatched. There are no shorts on the market quite like them. You could wear a polo untucked with them for a clean look, or put on a tee to go play pickle, enjoy a long walk, or wear them around the city on a hot summer day. What's your favorite rowback item?
Ooh, I have a lot of rowback gear. I have been trying to do they have long sleeve polos, which is kind of a game changer for like the fall, even early spring. That is my favorite rowback gear, but I'll break some news during this ad right now. I forgot underwear on this trip, so rowback has been huge. I have a rowback bathing suit, which has the built-in liner. So that's been a game changer for me.
Steve, you dog you. I love it.
Can we go back? Can we go back to long sleeved polo? That can't be what it's called. That's just a collared shirt.
No, it's like a rugby polo, right? Like a collared shirt.
Yeah, I guess it's a collared shirt, but it's long sleeve.
All right, we got what you meant, but I just never heard that terminology before. Thank you for introducing me.
There you go.
They're great. Collar's crisp. The fabric is moisture wicking for the hot summer days. Use code DOG on Rhoback.com for a generous 20% off for all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all shorts, swim trunks, and more with code DOG. They do pull that after this week, so get on it fast. Also, I want to pass this to Steven Cheah. Steven Cheah, let the people know why we are at Camp Barstool.
Back again. We are back at Camp Barstool. We need to get off our little tushes. Some Mountain Dew with bold flavors and a refreshing citrus kick. Mountain Dew will get you off your butt and have you feeling like you're on an actual mountain. I'm more of an original guy. The Code Red came out when I was a teen. That was also kind of a game changer, but I'm kind of an original Mountain Dew guy as my go-to. The mountain is where the weather is always perfect. Your friends are ready to hang with a day of epic proportion awaits. We have Camp Barstool today. White Sox Dave and I have been named captains. I don't know where this is going to go. We're going to do a ton of stuff. You're calling the game, calling the activities. So we got a bunch of stuff planned. Me and White Sox Dave were just playing catch outside, which has been great. But the mountain is your calling. You should answer. Grab your friends. Grab an ice cold Mountain Dew wherever refreshing beverages are sold. Do the Dew.
Beautiful, Steven. Great job. All right, so we can get on to everything here. So we have now officially spent one night in the bunks. Steven, you're not in our bunk.
Not. I'm next door.
Mm-hmm. How would you grade your bunk after night one?
I feel like you have to kind of grade on a curve because, like, if you look around, we are in wood cabins with no insulation. The windows closed. They were all open when we got here, but the doors are just screens. So I guess like flies can just come right in, but like they're pretty wide paneled screens. But like whatever temperature it is outside is whatever temperature it is inside. So I took a photo from my bed last night at like midnight and did the Instagram filter where you could put whatever the temperature was. It was 50 degrees. So it was very cold. I was up several times throughout the night just from it being cold and like repositioning, getting the blankets on me. We had a hilarious situation in our bunk where I got off the bus and Jersey Jerry drove with security Mike, and Memes was with him and a few other guys, and they secured this bunk right here. And so I'm walking. I don't know where to go. I had no prior communication. It's kind of like a first come, first serve. And Jerry's like, Stevie, he's like, I got one bed. He's like, for you. I was like, oh, great. And I know Jerry, and we did, Surviving Barstool, and we live close to each other. We're friends. We carpool. So it's like, oh, great. I'll shack up there. So it's like Jerry and Spider, and they're just like, you don't snore, right? And I was like, no, not usually. And they're like, all right, we're trying to have like no snores in this bunk. And it's like, they're like a very selective about the process. So last night we're into it asleep and I hear snoring. It's JJ, Jersey Jerry's snoring despite looking for no snores. So that was a funny moment.
There can only be one snorer per cabin. But you're right. This is almost a little bit like a episode of Survivor, Man. It gets 40 degrees at night. You're bundling up. I honestly had a lot of questions going back to Steve's debut as Grandpa Joe.
we could get back to that.
So it's more about grade school Steven Cheah in general. So we hear the lore of Steven Cheah a lot. I've got to know you a little more, especially over the past couple of weeks. And yesterday I was sitting behind you on the bus. And Eddie, this guy what were you reading? He was reading a textbook of just NFL plays the whole time. It looked like a grade school like science textbook.
So I read one book every year. One of probably the best perk, or I don't want to say the best perk, one of my favorite perks from this job is I have gotten to know some NFL people, which has been really cool. One of them is Warren Sharp. He's a great dude. He puts out his NFL preview every year. If you buy it, which I always do, it's like $30. It's a PDF, which is great if you're able to do that all day, but I'm a physical book guy, and I don't, which is kind of unfair for me to say, I don't really read books. But I read one book every year, and it's his NFL preview, which he sends to me because I am a friend/media member. So I get this big, it's like almost 600 pages book every year. And from like around late July when it comes out through early September, I spend the time reading that book. And I will get caught up on all the moves in the NFL offseason, trends from last season, and things to look forward for this season. So I'm prepping. I'm doing work.
It was the Bible of Steven Cheah. You answered a lot of my questions there because I was eavesdropping a couple times, reading over your shoulder. And on every page it said, like, click here for more. And there were URLs. Yeah. Like, what kind of textbook is this guy reading?
Yeah. shout
So
out to
have
Wayne Sharp, the
you
best.
been that obsessed reading NFL textbooks since 4th grade, around the time of being Grandpa Joe in the school play?
No, I got really into football like 6th grade.
But you're like
5th
really
grade.
into football is like a different way of putting it. You're like really into the analytics, all of that.
Yeah.
Like Will Compton is really into football. You're
Yeah. It probably started around the year 2000 with that type of stuff because I started doing what is now DFS, like daily fantasy. Like I did salary cap based fantasy football on the website The Sporting News in the year 2000, I believe I started, and 2001 was my second year. So yeah, and then I started doing all types of fantasy. But yeah, that's how I got into like the more analytical numbers based side of football. But yeah, early Steven Cheah, all I wanted to do was play basketball and
read NFL plays that were supposed to be on a website but are in a book.
Not do my homework and play basketball is all I wanted to do from ages 9 through 17.
Cheah, true Hollywood story.
Yep.
Were you smart? Like, what was your GPA?
GPA in high school was high
You
school.
round
I
up.
think no. High school was I feel like I think it was over a 3, but it might have been like a 2.9 or something like that.
Oh shit!
I was 265 out of 365 for rankings.
Okay.
360. There were 100 people dumber than me.
And
which I
what
took
was
great pride
what was
in.
your best subject?
Math?
Mathematics. Yeah. Well, I just I was gonna say math, but I don't want to stereotype
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah, I could do math.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. I can't do math. That's interesting. The first time when we went full time, Danny, Steven Cheah was doing his all 22 breakdowns of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I DM'd him. I was like, "Hey man, like I'm looking to kind of start checking that out and doing it, and shading the people and like just doing like film breakdowns." And he was very nice. Walked me through some things, and then he recommended a couple books to me about the cover 2 defense and whatnot, which was more than I asked
Couple
for.
great reads.
That
by the
was
fire.
that was my introduction to Steven Cheah.
I mean, you gotta know what you're highlighting, but yeah, I mean, you played football, so you have
Yeah, I mean, I'm
concept
not,
of
you're right, though.
understanding of concepts.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend like I knew a bunch about defenses and whatnot.
Sure.
Especially what DBs do.
Sure.
So going back from Cheah talking about his cabin earlier, Eddie, do you have anything to share from your experience last night in this cabin?
Yeah, it was interesting. 6 of us here, obviously our crew, me, Danny, Chief, White Sox Dave, our producer, Danny Lance, and then Bosco is our 6th man. It was a weird 3-3 split. This side of the bunk was snoring. Me, Chief, and Rico, and the other side was pretty quiet, minus a bunch of rolling around and like giggles, I would say. And I'd say, in my opinion, the star of the show, or the least star of the show, was Bosco. Just went absolutely mayhem at like 12:30, 1 a.m. Started screaming like Idaho and like was like acting like he was getting attacked, dude. And
He gets night terrors.
yeah. No,
was he saying Idaho? So the whole time I thought he was saying hi ho, singing that like what is that, Seven Dwarf song or something?
Yeah.
It was a fever dream.
Yeah, no, he freaked out and then he farted extremely loud.
That doesn't even do it justice. I'm serious. It was the loudest fart I ever heard. It woke everyone up in the cabin, including him.
Yes, dude.
It sounded like the automatic whoopee cushion.
Yes, dude. He woke himself up from a fart, and everyone was sleeping too. Like everyone had just fell asleep.
It was long enough to where like people were waking up and like rubbing their eyes as the fart was still going.
Yeah, dude. And everyone's looking around. I was like, dude, is he like fine? And he's like, Danny's like, that wasn't a fart, dude. I think he shit his pants. I was like, Rico, did you shit your pants? Like, you never had a fart before? Like, he was like angry at me that I asked him if he shit his pants.
Rico, Eddie goes, what'd he say? You're like, Rico, what? Did you shit? No. And then we start laughing. You never heard a fart before? Go back to bed.
Absolute chaos. I just like, I'm sharing a wall with him right now. There's like one little divider, and I don't want shit little spilling over through the cracks, you know?
It was like if he was standing up and farted, it would have been like a cartoon where like the shirt flails up behind him.
Were the rumors true that he went to bed at 8:30?
No, he didn't go to bed that early. Probably like 10:30.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, him and Chief called it pretty early at like 10:30. And I was like, what the hell? I'm trying to hang
Chief
out.
drove, so
Yeah.
and Rico traveled too. So.
And Chief is an early
bedtime guy.
Early bedtime guy. Yeah, he's an early riser, so he goes to bed early.
By the way, we're currently sitting on Chief's bed as a punishment for him.
Yeah, this guy. I said like weeks ago that like he's got some White Sox Dave brain in him. Like Danny, we pretty much said like we were recording before the act today at some point, right?
Yeah, we had a 2-hour window and you went in the middle of a lake.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, all right, let's get this done. Because like literally, when you're in situations like these, if people are listening, like you just need to get your shit out because you don't know when you're gonna have a free moment.
Yep.
Like you just gotta fucking go. And I text this guy's like, yeah, I'm on a boat. It's like, oh, nice, dude. So there's this punishment. All of our camp asses are on his
I
bed.
might rip a Bosco fart on this right now.
Took free swim, literally.
Yeah, he literally took free swim. You're right. Any observations of the bunk from you, Danny?
Other than what I just said, no. You were absolutely right. Half the side was snores. The other half was just trying to block out the snoring. Mixed in with a couple violent farters. But yeah, all things considered, not too bad.
Yeah, no, not bad. There's White Sox Dave walking in. What are you doing?
Call me in.
Yeah, hop in the bed.
I'm wet.
Well, it's Chief's bed, so I don't care. No, I know. I'm just kidding. All right, well, see you later. I don't know what to say.
I screwed it back.
Hey, what are you going to do? You're not in the camera shot. We don't got a fourth mic for you. Hold on.
Why'd you call me back then?
Thoughts on Bosco's fart?
I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was dreaming the
Would've been a
whole
nightmare.
night with his night terrors. You thought I was going to be the issue, I bet. Bosco's possessed. He needs an exorcism. He was screaming last night.
He was, and I'll be honest, Dave was quiet as a mouse. I did not see that coming.
I'm a quiet sleep. I'm a very, very, very light sleeper. I don't snore. I just sit there all curled up and don't move, and I'm like half asleep.
I actually just remembered one thing. After the fart, Rico started murmuring. He was like, Idaho. And then Eddie started laughing. And then out of nowhere, Rico got up. He's like, what? And you could tell like Rico might have started getting in the mode a little, like getting a little mad. So we all stopped laughing.
That I swear to God, I was like half asleep, and I'm like, is this happening? He got pissed off last night.
Yeah, do you remember that, Eddie?
He got all confrontational last night.
We were like, oh, nothing.
Oh, he's never really gotten mad at me before, except for when he
But I
called
mean,
me
he
sandwich
was
boy.
sleep talking. Like, I don't know if it wasn't real beef.
Subconscious.
And that's the worst person you get in a fight with. He can murder me and he could get off the hook.
I've seen that documentary.
Yeah.
So
documentary.
last season on Surviving Barstool, we're all sleeping in the office, and he was an issue. Like when the tribes emerged and we were all in one room, he went to bed crazy early. Like it probably was like 8:30, full lights on, phone next to his ear, Rent soundtrack playing for hours.
What? The 5,000
And like not on like a low volume, so it was like if this bed is here and it's playing it, you could hear it easily and across the room.
Why the Rent soundtrack?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's lunacy. I'm also just noticing that we got some like devil worshipping sticks above my bed. And I don't feel good
I think
about
those
that.
are just sticks.
Yeah, but like that's like the key. Yeah, I don't.
Those might be load-bearing sticks.
I don't think those are load bearing sticks. Do you know what load bearing means?
Not really.
Dave's. You don't have a mic, right? You can't hear him.
Yeah, you're gonna want to share with Eddie.
Oh, well, sit on the bed. Well, if you can't sit, then. But these. All right, see you, Dave. I wanted you to come, but also, did you get a camera shot of him? I feel like you should be a bandana guy 24/7.
I look good in this, don't I?
Yeah, you
I
do,
look good
you
in
do.
this, don't I? I
do.
look good in this. I thought I was gonna look ridiculous in this, so I did the reverse selfie. And I looked at it, I'm like, whoa! I actually look kind of badass in this.
That's a real selfie, brother.
I actually think I look good.
You just need to become a biker already.
Yeah.
No.
I'm too big of a pussy. We talked about on the way here. I couldn't get on a motorcycle.
Just ride on the back of someone's then.
Wait, Danny just pointed out. Talk more about how that's a reverse selfie.
It was Che. I just said it louder to be fair.
What? Because I said reverse? Yeah. So I took a selfie.
You didn't bring your selfie stick up here? Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
If you ever catch me with one of them, like in a non-joking manner, you can shoot me in the face with one of Sidney Wells's fucking AKs.
All right. You heard it here.
Oh, wait, let me ask Dave a question because Dave and I were just named captains of this experience. So what are your thoughts going into the I guess it's a draft, or we're picking teams at some point today on the Yak, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I was told that we will genuinely like the challenges, though. That's all I know going into it. So
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah, I think it's gonna be fun.
Steven, you're probably sorry. Go on, Dave.
I did just go in the water. Ed, it's got goo feet. Lots of goo feet. I got right out as soon as I touched
what?
it.
Like seaweed touch your ankles?
Seaweed, mud, it's gushy, it's gooey, and it follows you, and it's gunky, and it's icky. Ugh.
Icky shit.
I'm broadcasting the event. Do you guys want me to tell you the 5 events today?
Let's go.
I don't care.
All right.
You passed the test, Dave. You can't do that, Ed.
Yeah, I can't. Well, the only reason why I was going to do it is because I heard people outside like 20 minutes ago talking about some of the events. So I know they're leaking.
Yeah, but was it
somewhere
talent
else.
or production?
It's a good point. I guess I don't know.
It's not like we can do anything. Like
Yeah.
we have.
I already
Yak, we
know
have to
But
go-
it'll be a
Dave's
great
draft
excuse
strategy.
for whoever loses. Be like, they knew.
Yes. Yeah.
What did you say?
I already know what Dave's draft strategy is going to be, though.
Well,
I don't
Steven, you
think he
probably
knows what his draft strategy is going to be.
Once he finds out the events, he will have.
Oh, we're going to know the events before we draft.
I assume so. I mean, you should, right?
maybe not.
I have no idea.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we'll see.
All right, never. I'm not saying anything then. I figured it was starting to leak. So if you guys don't know by now and you're the captains, it's probably more fun if you're going blind.
Just shredding some gnar, so I've been kind of off the grid for the last hour. I may be the last person. I'm sorry. I've been shredding some gnar for the past hour, so I've been off the grid a little
What does
bit.
that mean? You're running, right?
No, I was going to go on a run, but I decided paddleboard instead for the first time. Very difficult. Good core workout.
That bandana's changed you, man.
Yeah. Should I start being a bandana guy?
Yeah.
I always
That's better
wanted to
than
be the
alternative.
cowboy hat guy in Chicago because there's none of them. I might just be the bandana
This
guy.
is like
There you
Jim
go.
Carrey's The Mask. When you put it on, you're a completely different guy.
Yeah.
I feel confident, secure,
Change your
I-
Twitter name to Bandana Dave.
not irrational. I know my limitations.
I've said before, Steven, whenever he puts on the sunglasses in my head, I just hear, no.
George Thorogood.
Yep. That's my favorite movie entrance. Or that's not the movie entrance, but like the most badass scene in movie history is when the Terminator walks out of the bar. Or I guess he'd be the...
Yeah. All right.
Wouldn't be the Terminator. He would be... No, he was the Terminator at that point.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But, Steven, you have to be cooking up a draft strategy by now.
I don't
big
really
time.
know. I don't know what the games are. Or I mean, there are multiple former professional athletes here, so I'd assume those guys are going to be pretty early off the board.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but this might
Will
be
Compton, White Sox Dave.
a match of guile and brains.
Guile, one of the best Street Fighter 2 names. Yes. Sonic Boom. You're right. Flash kick,
I have very limited memories of that game.
forward down forward kick.
How old are you
Know
again?
about that.
38?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was 38, I bet I would have known everything about that game. I just kind of missed it, I feel like.
I know a lot about that game.
Who's your favorite Street Fighter character?
It says a lot about a person.
Blanca was.
Blanca's good.
Yeah, he was Street
Name
Fighter,
some.
right? Blanca, Ryu, Chun Li, Samson,
No. Zangief, you're talking about?
Boris. No.
No. Zangief, Vega, Sagat, M. Bison, Ken,
Didn't John Claude Van Damme play one in a movie?
Guile. Yeah.
That was Guile. I remember I seen the movie and I was like, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah, you look like a Guile guy.
No?
John Claude Van Damme wasn't Guile.
No way.
Who would he be?
I think he was Bison. No, he wasn't Bison. I think he was Ryu. I don't know.
Ryu's Japanese.
Yeah. They have literally an American version of Guile with blonde hair and it's Ken.
Oh, let me look this up.
I'd be surprised if Jean Claude Van Damme was not Guile.
Did you ever see the Mortal Kombat movie back in the day?
Yes. Don't really remember it. No, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are different things.
Right.
Oh, you're right. He was Guile. My apologies.
Apology accepted.
My apologies. Speaking of which, hey, how about this? The guy, the guy who played M. Bison, which is the main villain,
Yep.
he looks like the guy who played Slugsworth in Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name is Raul Julia.
Was that the only play you ever started?
Probably. I didn't take any like drama or anything in high school, so
But they made you do plays still?
it was like a class, yeah. So everyone in class had a role. But
You never know. That could have really sparked your acting itch.
I wish I did drama. All the drama kids like hooked up. That's probably pretty
One
sweet.
another, yeah. Yeah, you didn't get much of that on the football team.
Yeah, I think I was wrong. Maybe he's not Slugsworth. Sorry.
Slugworth?
Slugworth or Slugsworth?
I think it's singular.
Is it? Damn, what the fuck?
I took my kids to a movie this weekend called My Penguin Friend. And this is how I would describe it, the cast. It was starring the guy who was the taxi driver in Godzilla in like the year like 1999. That was the type of cast they had.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got for that movie.
Wait, it was
My Penguin Friend?
Yeah, I mean, it's a kid's movie.
It's a cartoon?
it was
No, real
starring
life.
the guy who was a taxi driver in Godzilla.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Just like
Famous actor.
they did not have any name actors in this.
Oh, okay.
No, they didn't have any popular penguins. They didn't steal any from Happy Feet or Mr. Poppers.
Oh, it was a real penguin. So I guess that penguin was the star of the movie.
Damn, I feel like penguins are getting a little overplayed. Do you think? No. A lot of movies are kind of about penguins sneakily.
Penguins are sick.
Madagascar, like I said, Happy Feet, Mr. Poppers, penguins.
How do you not like penguins?
I like them, but there's so many animals.
You're gonna lead us. You only like birds that fly.
Particularly, yeah, I guess not big on ostriches or
Interesting.
emus.
Wait, how were you an extra in The Bear? Did you try out for it or what?
Sorry you had to find this out, but that was just a Steven Cheah doppelganger.
Oh, that wasn't you?
That was not me.
No, really?
It was not. I was watching that with my wife. I think it's like episode 8 or 9 of season 3. I like jumped off the couch and was like, "Is that me?"
Dude.
Did you notice it or did your wife?
I did. I was like, whoa, pause, rewind. And there's a scene, it was the picture that I took. He's giving the face that I give, like kind of like a smirk. And for a second, I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't do that.
I was going to say, it's very rare for you yourself to think someone else looks like you,
That
right?
guy.
Like everyone else always pointing out first. You don't
Yes.
necessarily know the facial features you're always making, so they can have a better eye on it.
Yes.
But wow, it must have been freaky.
Yeah. It also, there was some like artsy like film Twitter handle that actually had tweeted out that photo, but like 1 second earlier, so the guy doesn't look as much like me, like the day before.
So you saw it at the perfect nanosecond.
I did. Well, I did. I framed it up, so I took a bunch of pictures, and that was the best one. But had that guy not tweeted that, I think people just believe that that's me, because it's very difficult to go back and be like, because like you have to find the exact part in the episode. It's a very artsy shot too. So
I don't watch The Bear, so I just saw the screenshot that you tweeted, and I was like, "Oh my god, he got out!" Which is like not crazy because
it's taped.
it's
here.
filmed. It's filmed in Chicago, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I was just like, "Damn, Steven
would-
Cheah
you
took
would
a day
to-
off to be an extra."
You would totally audition to be an extra on the Bears.
Yeah, why not? That'd be sick.
Did you ever find out the extra's name?
They did on the Yak. I forget what it was. It's actually kind of a crazy name. I don't remember it though. It was the day I was traveling.
Hey, I want to talk about Vanderhagen razors. Make the
Same.
switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today with Vanderhagen. Safety razors allow you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of one-blade razors help prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. The best part, these blades cost as little as $1 a piece and last anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves. This will save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to the cost of cartridge razors. The blades are ice-tempered stainless steel blades from Germany that are sharp enough to give you the perfect shave. Ready to step up your shaving game? Get the smoothest, closest shave with our single blade and shave butter combo. Say goodbye to nicks and irritation and hello to a shave that's almost too smooth to handle. Get a shave so smooth it should come with a warning. Perfectly close, incredibly soft. This is how real men shave. Look at like, the side of Steven's hair. You look like a Vanderhagen. Nice and lined up. I like that.
Thank you.
That'd be
you're using it on the
sweet.
top too. Nice.
Oh, yeah. So check out your local Target and Walmart to get yourself a Vanderhagen safety razor today. If you're serious about your grooming game, hit that follow button at Vanderhagen. Stay in the loop with the latest shaving tips, product drops, and exclusive giveaways. Whether you're mastering the art of the close shave or just looking to keep it fresh, our Instagram is where the best in men's grooming comes to life. Join the community, level up your shave, and keep your style sharp. Steven, I got a question for you,
Hit me.
and I want you guys to hear me out.
Yep.
So I've been in a heavy debate with people in my life.
Okay.
would you consider in some cases soup to be a breakfast food?
Are you considering like cereal to be soup?
No.
Okay,
No.
so no, soup is not a breakfast food.
Danny?
No.
What type of soup do you think is a breakfast food?
I think cream of chicken rice is a breakfast food.
I don't think vegetables can ever be breakfast.
But hear me out. Like, are you, what religion? Are you non-atheist?
I
You don't
grew
have
up
to answer.
Catholic and I
Okay.
don't go to church at all.
Okay, so all
And
three
what
of us grew up
what
Catholic,
political
though.
party do you identify with? Social Security.
I don't. I don't even enter that world.
No?
No.
So did you even know that there was a DNC going on in the city?
I found that out like yesterday.
Do you know what DNC stands for?
Democratic National Convention.
Good job.
Why did you ask his religion?
Because, like, this kind of plays into my argument of why I think it's a breakfast food. You know, after Mass, like, going to, like, breakfast was a big staple, right?
I'd call it brunch, though.
Yeah.
Okay, brunch, sure. Brunch was a
What is
staple.
a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a huge difference. You think
Soup's
so?
there
acceptable
is.
at brunch.
Even then, it's
Even then, it's weird, but like I
Yeah.
won't argue against you that it's not a brunch food.
So you're saying 9 a.m. Mass, you go to you get to the breakfast place at 10:30, or you go to 10:30 Mass, you get there at noon. Like, that's not breakfast, that's brunch?
noon is not breakfast.
Yeah, definitely
Breakfast
not.
has been ruled out.
All right.
You're brunch at best.
I mean, at that point, just go with oatmeal.
yeah.
No. Because cream of chicken rice is usually the soup on Sundays.
Okay,
Have
and
you-
that's your
have-
and that's your
I'll take
favorite.
word
That's
for
why.
it. Yeah, but
But that's where, like, it, like, in my brain, it has always been like rolled up with like a Sunday breakfast brunch.
did you get it a lot?
Yes.
It might be personal towards you. I mean, if you're having it like 10:45 would be like the earliest I'd ever have soup, and even that's early.
Damn. I get like, listen, I'll take the L, but this is truthfully one of those things that I thought in this world that was like, yeah, that's just how it is, which makes me sound like Steven Cheah. But
I think there's a difference if there's this restaurant that has this great cream of chicken soup and you're like, oh, I got to get it every time I go in. That's fine, but it doesn't make it breakfast.
yeah, like I could give you 3 breakfast places in the neighborhood, Danny, that like make a knockout cream of chicken rice.
Yeah, but they make it in the morning and have it all day. Like you can have it anytime you want. I don't think a lot of people are getting it for breakfast though.
Point.
No, totally, I understand that, but you're only going to those breakfast places really during the breakfast hours, like, you know, early morning till like 1.
Yeah, I don't know. Why are we limiting soup to breakfast diners?
I don't know, like obvious, but then I think like French onion and lobster biscuit is like a dinner soup. So I guess
Wait, lunch too?
I guess it depends on
Yeah.
which soup. Like not all soup is breakfast.
Yeah,
or
there's
whatever.
definitely some soups that are more of an entree, some that are more of an appetizer.
I say
some that are
chicken
better
noodles.
for lunch.
Chicken noodles all day.
Right. Chicken noodles is definitely
Breakfast, like
a
What?
lunch soup.
breakfast. You're not getting chicken noodle soup for breakfast.
I would.
If you're sick, maybe.
Still counts. That's still breakfast, right?
It's more like if I'm at a breakfast diner, I'm looking forward to the American traditional style 2 eggs any way I want it with my choice of bacon or sausage. I'm not really thinking about soup at that time.
Totally, but that's my appetizer.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Like I'll get the soup before I get the bacon and the eggs.
You guys shakshuka guys?
I have no idea what you just said.
Yeah, what was that?
You guys not Love Is Blind Dallas fans?
Oh,
It's
I've watched like all the other ones. Damn it.
Okay.
wish I could've got
I
your
think it was
reference.
Dallas. It's like some type of like tomatoey based breakfast with like eggs kind of over easy, I think. I just got it at a diner because they had talked about it on the show. It was like this couple that was like, I like shakshuka for breakfast, and they bonded over that and ended up getting married. So I was like, all right, let me try this. And it was okay. It's kind of like lower cal, which is good, but it's it's kind of like eggs in like a hot tomatoey sauce with like kind of like a pita-ish stuff on the side. Not really my favorite, but it was an interesting
It's
experience.
incredible. Only you could pursue a soup recommendation from Love Is Blind.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a soup because it has eggs in it, but it's kind of like you eat it with a spoon. So yeah, maybe.
Are you an eggs guy?
Yeah.
Now, I brought this take up months ago. I feel like eggs are the turkey of the breakfast.
Like
Like it's just a
Explain
precursor. Like it's a center console for the breakfast, and you just kind of eat the turkey and the eggs just to get to like the good stuff, like the bacon and the hash browns or the mashed potatoes and the stuffing.
So you know how I said before about the classic American traditional style breakfast, like first thing on the menu, eggs how you want it, with usually a side of hash browns, bacon or sausage. He's saying like, wouldn't you consider eggs to be the main entree in that?
I think eggs are the main show. But yeah, you do get like stuff like I'll usually do like an omelet, create it your way or whatever. So yeah, it kind of dilutes the egg, but yeah, eggs still I think the main thing.
But it's not the best tasting thing on that plate. And in fact, it's usually third in the seat. Behind hash
It
browns.
depends. Like if you get like a pastrami Swiss omelet. You don't do that?
Just throwing one out there.
Is that your go-to omelet?
If it's on there, usually.
Pastrami omelet.
Yeah.
That might be wilder than soup for breakfast.
Pastrami omelet?
Come on, dude.
That's
What
great.
the fuck, dude?
Some ketchup?
A pastrami omelet?
Yeah.
Where's White Sox Dave?
What else you having? Cream of prosciutto soup.
Yeah, Jesus. Pastrami and Swiss.
That's a good omelet.
I mean, I'm not denying that it's good.
So like if you're use that example, if you're in that, technically, yeah, the pastrami tastes the best, but the eggs are cheesy.
So you're telling that waiter every time, can I sub ham for pastrami?
It's on the menu.
Interesting.
And most of the diners, I mean, from Jersey, that's where I typically go get it. But yeah, in Chicago they still have that.
I thought you guys just do Taylor ham, pork roll.
No, there's several options.
Common misconception.
Are you Taylor ham, pork roll guy?
We had it growing up in high school. It was all right. I'm not like seeking it out, but if it's there, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. White Sox Dave loves Taylor ham, pork roll.
I like the lox and capers.
Tell me more about that.
You guys don't fuck with that?
No, that's not really. I mean, they have it at places here,
Yeah.
but
I like it a lot. It's not prevalent in Chicago, though,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, really?
I
really?
mean, yeah, only there's certain like New York bagel style places, but bagels in Chicago for the most part are just circular bread.
yeah, like bagels aren't really a prevalent part of culture in Chicago.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's like smoked salmon, which is lox, with like tomato, red onion, raw red onion, capers usually. Anything with capers is really good.
Like that's one thing I
And
will.
then cream cheese
Okay, sounds good.
on a bagel. Very
Is
good.
it? And it just works.
It does. It
Yeah.
works really well.
Like I could present an argument. I think for like a lot of the food debates between New York and Chicago, bagels is not one of them. Like you guys take us to the cleaners.
Oh yeah, I mean we don't even. It's not ours is not even in the running. We never even.
Yeah.
I like the pizza out here. Not even the deep dish. I like the bar pies.
Yeah, exactly.
Those
I
are
don't know.
good.
Like people like can't get past it for some reason, and especially like at the office, I don't think I've seen a Chicago pizza come to the office. Like
Yeah.
they only
I haven't
get
had it since I moved here.
no, they only
I like
get
it.
like New York style pizza. It's like why are we doing like we don't
All right. I have 2 Chicago food takes I want to run by you guys to see if they're sacrilege or not.
I already
Italian
know one. Here it is.
Italian beef.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get cheese on it?
I mean, listen, I think a good Italian beef doesn't need cheese, and it kind of outweighs the flavor of the au jus, which should be the star of the show. Is that au jus and that juicy beef, the soggy bread, and the flavor of the meat after the au jus is covered in it, and obviously the jardiniere. So, no, I don't think it's right. I think then it becomes kind of a cheesesteak. Now, if you're going to a place that it's not a good Italian beef, sure, go for it. You know.
I kind of disagree, but I like cheese is better on everything. I think when people would always ask us, like, do you get cheese on a beef? It was usually their first time having a beef. So we're like, oh, just try it without the cheese because it's going to overwhelm the rest. But I'll never tell anyone not to put cheese on anything.
Yeah, but like if you go to like a fucking lights out place like Johnny's, Danny, like you
I agree.
it doesn't
yeah.
need it.
It's almost like A1 for a
Yeah.
good steak. But
Okay.
still,
Yeah. That's
cheese
good comp.
cheese is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It doesn't make it worse, but it does kind of take away from the sanctity of the
Yes, it is almost like just get a cheesesteak then.
item. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's one I'm really struggling with. So the bar pies.
Yeah.
So in East Coast, 2 slices is average. 3 slices you're eating, a bit more. It's fine. 4 slices you're eating a lot. How many slices of bar pie should you eat? Like,
You're
what's
saying,
an
like,
acceptable
Chicago
serving?
thin crust cut in squares.
Tavern
Yes.
style.
Steven,
What's the protocol?
I don't think I've answered this question. I think this is why I'm the way I am. Because you just kind of just go ham on that fucking shit, dude. You know, like pizza's just, especially some places. I don't know if you've been to a place that really cuts them small, and they're almost just like poppers.
Yeah.
I
I'd
don't
say
know.
it's-
Danny, what would you say?
Like this, that's like a size roughly.
So, Steven, that's fair. But they'll always have the very mini triangle corner slices.
Sure, I'm not counting those.
Those don't even count.
Yeah.
You can eat those. Those don't. You can eat 6 of those, and I don't even think they make up one slice. You eat those standing up, and then I would say, not including those. What was the question? How many can you have?
How many's like, so
How many's too many?
if you have 2 on the East Coast, it's like, all right, yeah, everybody gets 2. That's standard. If you have 3, okay, this guy's hungry. Not a big deal, but like that's 3. If you have 4, that's a lot. What is the standard? What is the equivalent of 2 East Coast regular triangle pizza slices to here?
I'll have Danny answer first, so I don't come off like a fucking absolute load.
Well, it obviously depends on how many people are there and whatnot. But I'm not feeling guilty.
Kid's birthday party, there's like 10 pizzas. There's way too much pizza.
Oh, okay. I am starting to feel guilty about how much I'm eating come slice number 5.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, no. You just tell me
Well,
what
no,
you
no,
said.
no, no. You're
All right,
saying-
that you're
no,
not
no,
on
no.
the same
He
page with that.
just cracks his neck.
Not time out.
All right.
No,
You're
do that.
saying it like a birthday party situation.
I'm saying
Yes,
a birthday party, unlimited pizza. So like you're not feeling guilty, but it's like, oh shit, like this
All
is
right, dude. That's
this is,
different
like,
than
more
splitting
than
a
the
pizza with your
average.
wife or something. Like you're
Yes,
like,
yes. They ordered too much pizza. There's not enough kids. There's not enough adults eating. You can go ham. You're not going to feel guilty.
yeah.
But like
Pizza.
this is more than a normal person should eat.
Okay, more than a normal person should eat.
I think it's perfectly acceptable if there's enough pizza, and you could size up if there's enough
Yeah,
pizza.
yep.
Your first time down the line, if there's enough pizza, it's okay for you to start with 3 slices and go get 3 more.
Yeah, I was
That's
going to
what I
say
would say.
a guy like me is usually calling it after 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
The key is you never want to be. It's how you stack them too, Steve. You never want to see someone walking by with a stacked plate. That means you.
Yeah.
There was actually a viral clip Shane Gillis did, your buddy, recently, where he's like, when you approach the pizza, you eat like the first 2 slices standing up, and then you stack 3 on a plate, sit down. Then when no one's looking, you go up, get 2 more, eat 1 more before you go back to your seat. That's how you do it. There's strategy.
Because I'll always get pizzas with my buddies on the weekends, and I'll always do that. And he's like, dude, why the fuck can't you just wait till you sit down? It's like, dude, no, that one slice before you sit down is sacred. You know, it's like what you know you're preparing for.
Yeah, you don't put certain slices on your plate even. You just eat them while you're walking.
That's that corner triangle slice, you just pop that like the fucking Holy Communion and you keep moving.
But
And you
Eddie's
don't
right.
think
You can't be stacking more than 3 on a plate at a time, and there's really no reason to.
4 tops if it's a party.
So first plate, I'm going to sit down, kid's birthday party, unlimited pizza, 3 on a plate, totally good, and you have the ability to go get 1 to 3 more.
Yes, yeah, I would say that's fair. Like you like scan the room and see like how much is left, and if there's a lot of like typically the middle pieces are what sits there towards the end. Like those kind of get to a point where it's like, all right, fair game, right? You know, but
I know that point.
it's also you don't want to be the guy that only takes ends at a party like that. Like you got to mix it in. You can't be the end hog. Would you agree?
Are
with
the
that,
ends the
Danny?
best pieces?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the crust.
Oh yeah, the crust. is the
Oh,
best.
I like the middle pieces.
Oh really?
We
So
should
you're-
split a pizza sometime.
Yeah, exactly. That you're like a child. If you like.
Okay.
I love the middle pieces when I was a kid.
Okay.
So
If I'm actually like being conscious of how much I'm eating, thinking I'm gonna get double or seconds before someone even gets their first, like I said, I'll eat one before even putting it on my plate. Then I might just put 2 pieces on my plate, and then after, because people will see, I'm like, oh, only 2 pieces, not that hungry. Then after, throw them for a whirl and come back with 3 pieces the second time. So they're not expecting it. They don't have their eye on me. Be like, is this guy over serving himself?
yeah, so I think if you're walking up, you get 2 ends, 2 middles, and then you look like a very courteous gentleman. And then you go back, you scan the room, go back up, and then you see what you're working with when you go
Towards
back.
the end of the night, you go in the dumpster, see what else they threw out, grab the remaining pieces, and then call it a night.
Now, if it's just you and another person splitting, that's a different story.
But a tavern style is usually a lot for 2 people.
Oh yeah, but like it depends what size too. There's some really small ones too, you know. And I'm telling you, when they cut it smaller, it tricks your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gio's has these little pot, like, and it like you don't think it, and it's like holy fuck, like if you like added it to a slice, like that's a lot of pizza, you know. But yeah, it does trick your brain.
Good to know. And nothing goes better with pizza than Mountain Dew.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard. All right, then we could wrap this out.
Yeah, I gotta get to yak.
Thank you, Steven. This was nice to
Thank you,
talk to you
Steven.
today.
Thanks for having me on. This was fun. I've been wanting this for a year about the pizza, so this is a big help.
Beautiful. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.